Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to continue painting these Black Templar Heavy Intercessors. There is a video already in which we did the unboxing and assembling of all these miniatures, and there's also one painting these two miniatures, so in case you're interested I'm going to leave a link in the description. But today we're going to focus into this cool looking heavy gunner. The first thing that I'm going to do is to make the base a little bit more interesting, so like that is also going to be consistent with the rest of the miniatures in the same unit, and for that I'm going to cut some bits of the sprue and glue them to the base. Actually, I love to do this because with something super simple and that already comes with the miniatures, we can make the bases look much more interesting. And of course, before start painting, I'm going to prime the miniature, and for that I'm going to use Chaos Black from Citadel. Miniature prime, and I would like to apply technical paint to the base. To keep consistency with the rest of my Black Templars, I'm going to use Astro Granite. At this point we can finally start painting the miniature, and I'm going to use Abaddon Black to paint the black power armor. The power armor is already black, so why am I painting black over black? Because there are two different types of black, they have like slightly different tones. So first I'm going to apply a very thin layer of Abaddon Black on the power armor, so like this later when I make some mistake or I want to retouch something, I will be able to go to the exact same black, because later I'm not going to be able to spray the miniature again with Chaos Black. And then I'm going to use Dawnstone to paint all the areas that will be white, because we're going to have a much nicer transition from black to white if we have a nice grey in the middle, and also the white is going to look nicer. Now I'm going to use Wraithbone to cover the grey color that I just applied, and of course we're going to apply as many thin layers as necessary, letting them dry nicely. As I mentioned previously, as many thin layers as necessary until we have like a nice smooth texture, and here I made a mess, but it doesn't matter, later I will fix it. As I told you, I was going to make mistakes, so it's good that I applied the first layer of Abaddon Black. Now I would like to use Morphan Brown to paint the belt and all the pouches. Now I'm going to use Corn Red to paint the weapon, the eyes, and also all the cables around this miniature. Okay, it is time to start applying the metallic colors, and now I'm going to use Runelord brush to paint the bullets inside of this magazine. Then I'm going to use Balthasar Gold to paint this specific item, and then I'm going to use Lead Belcher. With Lead Belcher I'm going to paint the remaining elements in the weapon, this tube right here, the inside parts of the power armor, the symbol in the chest, and also some details around here behind the power armor as well. Okay, with this we applied all the base colors, and now I would like to correct all the mistakes that I made, especially for example in this shoulder pad that is like fully white. And after that I would like to start applying the shades. I'm going to use two of them. First I would like to use Agrax Earth shade, and I would like to apply this shade to the bones, the gold color, and also the brown color. And then I'm going to apply Nuln Oil to the silver color, the weapon, and also the gap between the white and the black part of the shoulder pads. After the shade is the perfect time to start with the highlights, and I would like to start highlighting the red color. For that I'm going to use Evil Sunz Scarlet. To highlight the black power armor, I'm going to use two different colors. First, I'm going to use Dark Reaper in every single edge of the power armor, and after that, I'm going to use Fenrisian Grey in the areas that are going to be the most exposed. Okay, we're almost there. This is starting to look like a proper Black Templar. That's great, and I didn't apply any highlight to the face because I have some plans for later. Now to finish with the highlights, we have like a lot of small details, and basically now I would like to use Wild Rider Red to add a final touch to those red highlights. Then I would like to use Retributor Armor to highlight this specific gold piece right here. Then Scrag Brown to highlight the brown pouches and the belt. And finally, I would like to use Stormhost Silver to, of course, highlight the silver color. And now that we finish with the highlights, I would like to finish with the base, so I'm going to use two colors. First, Abaddon Black to enhance a little bit more all the shadows on the base, and after that I'm just going to dry brush a little bit of Wraithbone. And to finish with this miniature, we just need to add some nice crosses, because of course this is a Black Templar and we need to show that. So I would like to use now Abaddon Black to add a nice black cross in this shoulder pad, and then I would like to use Corax White to paint a white cross in this knee and another one in the face. At this point, we're almost finished. I just need to paint these bottoms right here, and after that, I'm just going to look for possible mistakes and of course try to correct them. And this is it, this is the final result, this is my Heavy Intercessor with Heavy Bolter, and as always I invite you to let me know in the comments what you think about this miniature. If you know me already, you know that I try to change things a little bit with every miniature, so it's not exact same color scheme, because I think that like that is a little bit boring, and if I try to put a little bit more of effort, each miniature is going to have like a little bit more of personality. With this one, I tried to add some white crosses, so with this shoulder pad, the cross is going to be white, except the usual black for the Black Templars. I think that it looks fun and interesting. There's like a lot of things going on in the process of this specific miniature, and I'm especially happy about the white cross on the helmet, because that's something that I saw at some point and I really wanted to try that. I thought that it would look super interesting, but I never really tried to do it. I was not confident enough to try, and now that I decided like, okay, I'm going to go for it, I have to say that it was much easier than I expected, so I'm super happy with the result. Of course, for this specific miniature, the difficult cross to make was this one, because of course we have like this tooth in front, so it was a little bit like a nightmare. But as I said, I'm happy with how this unit is looking. I like that each Heavy Intercessor is slightly different, and I'm looking forward to paint the remaining two. And of course, as always, at this point I would like to remind you that if you like what I do and you would like to support my work, I invite you to check the link to my Patreon in the description. Aside from that, I am going to say the same thing that I say all the time. I love Gravis armor, it was super fun to paint this Heavy Intercessor as a Black Templar, and of course it was super nice to share this experience with all of you. And with all of that being said, this is the end of the video. This is how I painted this Heavy Intercessor as a Black Templar. And of course, as always, if you are still here, please consider giving me a like and subscribing. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.